Here we are at New Farm United talking to new head coach Mitch Edwards. So can you tell us a little bit more about your coaching history?
Yeah, mate. So I first started working actually at Eastern Suburbs as a coach there. I took on their under 14s. I think we were in Division 1 at the time. And that was when I sort of first moved to Brisbane. So that would have been about 10, 11 years ago now. From there, I made some contacts and made some mates in the game, and ended up moving over across to Brisbane City Football Club, where I started working within the junior academy sort of straight away in that setup. And then I remained there for basically until this year. So I was working within the SAP setup as a SAP director for a while there. I was the NPL coach. I was working in around some of the, in my opinion, some of the great coaches of Brisbane, especially in the junior football development scene. And then it's obviously led me sort of to here. So with all that and the experience I've gained from there, it's an interesting transition to come across into New Farm, a club that I played for when I did first move up here. So I had a bit of a close connection with them. And it was interesting sort of conversation talking to Paul, the president here, in relations to coaching and coming back into it. And it was something that appealed to me at the time, and I thought it was a very interesting challenge. I had just left Brisbane City at the time, so it all sort of fell into the right path, and it should be pretty exciting, pretty interesting season ahead, I'd say. It's always going to have its challenges, but I think should be good, mate.
And how do you think you will go in the Village Law Capital League 1 this season?
Yeah, look, we've gone through a bit of a rebuild. It's obviously been a new coach to the club. There's been a bit of a transition, and I think the nature of New Farm United, where we are located, we do get a few people that move to the area who are studying and whatnot. So players sort of do come in and out a little bit more, maybe so than other clubs. So we are in a bit of a rebuild phase at the moment. We've definitely got a few good players that have come into the squad. I think the depth of the squad is gradually getting stronger and stronger, trying to get the best out of each and every individual on the field.
And you recently signed highly experienced goalkeeper Billy Lumley. How did that all come about?
Back at the Brisbane City days, myself and Billy were working together. So I think we were full-time together for maybe 3 years. So I shared office with him. Bill's always been an incredible goalkeeping coach, and he's done an absolutely fantastic job with the players he's worked with. And I knew that his time at City had come to an end. We speak every day almost. But at the same time, when he was doing all his coaching, he's always sort of had a bit of a desire to play, but I think coaching was always his preference. And with the bit of the change in what he's doing now with his own private stuff, he's found the opportunity to sort of mix in a bit of the both. And I sort of flirted the idea with him a bit to see if it could work. And one thing led to another, and yeah, now all of a sudden he's signed, and we're pretty happy to have someone like his experience in and around the club and with the squad as well. So I'm looking forward to it. It should be good fun.
And how's the rest of the squad looking for the year?
We had lost a couple. We've picked up some really good players though. A couple of young players have come into the squad. A few experienced players have also been added into the squad. So I feel overall we've got a pretty good balance. It's just again a matter of gelling that and trying to get the best out of that and making sure we maximise the potential that we have in that team.
And you're located in the beautiful surroundings of New Farm Park. What issues come with playing here?
Like all teams, I guess, close to the city, you're very restricted in what you can and can't do with your field space. So I find that New Farm probably struggles a little bit from that perspective as well. I think that's something that maybe long-term councils and things need to look at, the field usage in Brisbane. But the other challenges that we come across with sometimes being so close to the park, you get a few families that are having a fair go at it on the weekend, and a few friends, and occasionally a few of them stumble across into the field and realise that there's a game of football happening as well, but it's all part of being over here, mate. It's all fun of it.
And what is one thing that your club does well at?
I feel like they do connect very well within the community here at New Farm. I think they have a very proud reputation for lowering the fees and making sure football is affordable for a lot of the boys and the girls at the club. But I think one of the other things they do very well is they're not silly in terms of the committee and the way they run. They've got some, like I say, some good people there. They're pretty smart in terms of they know where they are, how they currently sit, and they know that there's a long-term goal, but they're not willing to destroy all the foundations to make sure they get there at the end. So they're very clever with football decisions. There's no major pressure put on myself to start off with and whatnot in terms of instant success. They won't bring the whole club down just to sort of top up the first team or anything like that. They're not silly in those decisions. And what they're doing is very clever in terms of some of the people they're getting involved, some of the committee members that are involved. So I feel like they're clever in what they're building for long term for the club, I believe. So I think they do that well. From what I've seen and what I've experienced, it's only been a short time, I feel like they've got some good people and they're doing that well.
And what is the long-term objective for the club?
Like every club, you want to strive to be as high as you possibly can. Now, obviously, facilities things may restrict how far that can possibly go. But they do want to be competing, I think, on the highest level they can. I think they also have the objective of building that grassroots base and strengthening that area as well. I don't think it's certainly not a club that has a sole focus on first team football, which I actually quite like, even though I'm the first team coach. They very much want to make sure that the foundations are there and there's a progression there from 6 years old all the way through to the first team, and make that club quite close and connected together. So I think the objective is, like always, to go as far as they possibly can. It's just small stepping stones to make sure they get there, and they've got to make sure they do it right without bringing the place down in the path.
Okay, thanks for your time and best of luck this season.
Cheers. Thanks, mate.